Hey loves, you're officially tuned into Friendsgiving, a series on friendship, brought to you by Septembre Love. Hope you enjoy. Stop! literally.
Hey guys, my name is Kyle.
Hi, I'm Kyrell.
What's going on? My name is Marcus.
Why?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have more guy friends than girl.
More guy friends than girlfriends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh, look at that. I'm in the minority. Yeah, I definitely have way more female friends than I do male friends.
Most of having male friends are, at least we don't harp on things too long, and not necessarily saying like females do, but for example, like me and my friends, I feel like we can make fun of each other. Like, okay, for example, Kyle can make fun of me for certain things that no one else could, and I know I can.
And
make
you
fun
won't
of him.
take you won't.
Yeah, you know, and we won't take offense to it. He,
Right.
like he and we've said stuff about each other that's like.
See what?
It's like if other people heard it, it'd be like, okay, what the heck? Like, you know, but it's because I know who he is. Yeah. You know, because I know who he is, we can laugh at stuff like that.
Okay.
I think a pro for me is there's certain things you could talk about with your male friends that necessarily you wouldn't talk about with your female friends.
Yeah, for sure.
To say like like certain things are like women would take like a bias to, I guess. Like, you know, like if you're trying to have like an unbiased opinion, certain things you would talk to your male friends. Like you could do that with female friends too, like, you know, but I think that's a pro to having male friends as well.
Yeah, I think I would agree with Kyle. I think just having a like-mindedness, because like you're both men, so you kind of see things in similar ways. So I would agree with that. I think a con thing, but I find it difficult to have conversations with my male friends like over like an extended period of time. I feel like we get along better when we're doing an activity. So like when we're just like sitting and talking, like I feel like it's hard to generate conversation. And I think that's kind of challenging. And I don't have that challenge when I talk to female friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think it's because typically females talk more, I guess?
Probably,
They're more
yeah,
social,
for
like
sure.
we're
Yeah.
more social, you know, it's easy to carry a conversation.
So like even when I try and engage with like because I'm also a youth leader, so like even trying to engage with like some of the younger youth sometimes like as males, they're very hard to get them to talk. Like they give the shortest answer for everything.
Yeah.
It's like,
How are you?
bro,
Good.
like,
Yeah.
can you like use your words, please?
Elaborate. Yeah.
How are you
Females-
is like a perfect example.
Yeah.
Like you ask me like, how you doing, man? I'm like, yeah, I'm blessed. I'm just, you know, working, tired, or whatever. And then
That's
That's
kind of
it.
where it is.
It's done.
whereas
Okay.
female will kind of like, you know, give you like hints to like open up and like talk about certain details or whatever the case may be. I think a con for me, it's hard to like talk about a serious issue that you have with like a guy friend. Like based on like you know, you guys are chilling and you're talking, but like if I have like a serious problem with you, it's like I won't just come one time and be like, yo, to be honest.
Yeah.
So you mean like if you have a problem with that particular person?
Yeah,
you mean,
like a guy friend. A female friend, like I could like show her like
Yo, that was annoying.
that was annoying
Yeah.
for whatever reason, but like for a male, it's kind of like I don't know. I don't know if it's like I don't think it's an ego thing at all. I just think it's just harder to like. It comes down to the opening up situation. Like it's kind of like, bro, like I want to tell you my issue, but it's kind of hard.
Yeah. I feel like another con with men, like male friendships, would be we kind of do this thing where we don't acknowledge that we're friends with each other. Like it's like a basic knowledge type of understanding. Like for example, if I ask a girl, hey, who's your friends? Who are your friends? She'll be like, oh, so and so, and da 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 over there. But guys, we kind of have this thing. Like we'll be friends with each other, but we don't really. I guess you could say we don't do friend things. Like we want to be friends when it comes to kind of like what Kyrell said, basic activities. Kind of what Kyle said too. Like, but when it comes to like an actual issue, like if for a bunch of guys to sit there and be like, hey, yo, honestly, when you guys said this the other day, that kind of hurt my feelings. Yo, that kind of made me upset. I feel like we have a lot of trouble doing that, and I feel like when one of the guys in the group does that, everyone else looks at him like.
You
stop
think
being
that-
a girl, bro.
That kind of ties into the idea of like guys just don't like being vulnerable.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like on the road, you won't be like, yo, that's my best friend.
Yeah,
like for us, I think it's different. Like I would say any day, but like in general,
no, but it's actually true.
Or like the term like close friend.
Yeah.
You know, we want to like masculine that word. Like we'll say like, yo, that's my brother.
Yeah,
because it's like, you know, it's more masculine.
It sounds more masculine saying
to say that's my best friend. It's like.
Because I've said that about Kyle before. I'll be like, yeah, that's my best friend.
Yeah.
And I said it to a girl before, and when I said it, I was like, yeah, that's my best friend. She's like, aw. And I remember feeling like yo, I should have said something else. because it makes it sound so like
so low.
yeah, best, like it's like, yo, we're not holding hands running down the street together. But it's just like, it's like, yo, that's like that's my closest friend.
Yeah.
If I like have to hang out with someone, or like my first choice of who I have to tell something to, it's gonna be him.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel like even Kyrell, I would say Kyrell is my friend, but even that, I feel like guys, we have trouble saying like, yes, this is my friend here. I'm friends with this guy. We kind of just say like yeah, we're cool. We know each other. He's cool. But yeah,
I feel like for me, it's like I can have like with relationships and friendships with like guys, I can have friendships where we do something, and friendships where I have to talk to you about something like super serious, but like that in the middle, like casual thing, like I feel like I have trouble like doing that and having relationships like that. So they're either, we'll do something together, or like if there's a serious issue, we'll talk about it, but like in the middle where you just kind of like hang out and talk and have casual conversations, it doesn't really exist. I think it's through activities.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, through doing stuff.
Activities.
You can't just be like, oh, like, okay, you know how when you're a kid, someone's like, oh, this is Timmy, this is Tom. Okay, guys, go play. Is it like, do you guys find that uncomfortable? Where girls like, why?
Yeah,
maybe guys is like,
I don't, it depends. Like if you're doing like an actual activity, like it's fine. Like you'd be like, hey, this is James, this is Jonathan, here's a basketball, go play. Go play.
Yeah.
But if you're like, hey, this is James, this is Jonathan, you guys talk and become friends, they're just gonna stare at each other.
Different. Like I think now, like you can have conversation with somebody, you probably think they're cool, whatever. Maybe, I don't know how common it is now, but maybe exchange numbers, like, yo, we should link, or whatever, and you link up, and I guess that's when you can make a friendship.
My question is, how do you, like, for girls, we would say like, oh my god, we should do dinner, we should do like dessert or whatever. You get this person's number, like another guy's number. So who like makes the first move to say, hey, let's hang out? Or is that weird?
I think that's the problem. Yeah.
Nobody wants to be that first one to be like, yo, you should link.
If you do it, you have to put like a disclaimer, like, yo, you're not trying to be weird. I'm going to so and so. If you want to reach, you can. If not, whatever. Like you have to be very like
there's disclaimers. Send them in the message.
But so doesn't male friendships seem more tense then? I think that sounds so like you have to think so hard.
But it is.
Okay, so that's Kyra's like, duh. That's why I have more female friends. It's easier.
I feel like male friendships, once you're friends, they're not tense at all. But I feel like it's that becoming friends. That's like I know for a fact, especially at our age now in our 20s, we suck. Me personally, I feel like males suck at making friends once we're past.
I would 100% agree.
You know what I mean? Because think about it, a lot of our friends I met Kyle in grade 6. You know what I mean? Me and Kyrell, we go to the same church together. A lot of our friends we know because we happen to go to the same thing together. You know? But you find it's very rare you'll see two guys say like, I guess most friends are like that, but it's rare you'll see two guys that are like, yo, like, yeah, we met each other here, and we just clicked right away. And
like how often if you go to like a restaurant, for example, and like say you guys bump into each other, or whatever, like, yo, my bad, fam, and then that's about it.
Like,
you
know what I mean.
It's kind of, unless you're in the same institution, like work or like if you're going back to school or whatever, it's very rare to like develop a new friendship.
Exactly.
Unless it's a friend of your friend, like
and even those too, like you'll bring like a. Say like it's me and you, and then I'll bring a friend, and I'll be like, this is Kyle, and then they'll kind of have, and men, we do this thing where I find, at least if we're meeting a mutual friend, like me and the mutual friend, say Kyle's a mutual friend here, and I'm introducing him to Kyle, him and Kyle will start making fun of me. like
Yeah, that's like a way to kind of.
They don't know what to say.
They don't know what to say. So I'll be like, yeah, you guys want something to drink? And they'll be like, oh, you want something to drink?
Again, like I think that goes back to like guys not really wanting to put themselves out there and be vulnerable.
Yeah.
To kind of have that be like, hey, like I'm actually interested like in being your friend. And you feel like a dork.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I kind of think that kind of goes across the board. I think.
I think it does.
Guys and girls. I think for girls, obviously, it's not. Yeah.
Yo, after it's just weird. Like,
after a certain age, like, oh, like I want to be your friend. Like, you know your intention to make a friend. Like, it's like weird. But I've had people say to me like, I want to be your friend. I'm like, I want to be your friend too. Let's do more stuff together. It's easier for us to do that, but for guys.
Yeah, I've had it like recently. Yeah, but the thing is, doing that if I don't know what it just. Like you want to be that person. Like you can see someone like, yo, I know me and him would get along. I know me and him would be cool.
But just the initiation.
To actually be like, I'm gonna put myself in this position, or I'm gonna say, yo, let's like. Even now, we say let's link up, guys. We say let's link up. Like that's just a way of saying. That's a way of saying bye.
Yeah.
Like, we should link up. We'll link.
All the time.
And then you know that's it. And if you actually do message someone to link, it's me personally, I feel like if I message someone and say, yo. You want to come here? I feel like they're on the other side of their phone, like, bro, what? They're just like, yo, like, why are you asking me that? Like,
you think so?
Sometimes that's like, it depends on who it is. Like I've gone places with Carol. Me and Carol have gone out to eat.
Yeah.
But because I know him on a certain level, I don't feel weird about it.
Right.
Me and Kyle do things all the time, so I'll never feel weird. But a certain person, I could be like, yeah, yo, let's go watch the game here. And if me personally, maybe it's just my insecurity. If they say like, "Oh, you're my bad, bro," or they'll say yeah, and then they'll be like, "You're my bad, bro." Like I gotta do something. Yeah, I feel like in my head, I'm just like, yo, I feel like they don't have it. But they're just like, yeah, no, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah, I feel like it's like it's just this giant hurdle to get over. And once you get over, like everything will be fine. But like this hurdle is just so big, and you be like, yeah, I don't want to put myself out there.
Conflict?
Yeah, it's like conflict amongst each other.
I don't think so. To be honest.
Sometimes, like
I
remember growing up, it was funny, and I would say this like all the time. Like guys they'll fight, and then it'll be over, and then they'll be like, because I saw that happen in middle school like all the time. They're like, yo, I'm gonna fight this guy. Why? Because they did this, and that, until they fought, and then they come back and they're best friends, and it's over.
But is it over though? It's like
like in like middle school and stuff. Yeah,
at that age I think so, but I think at our age now. Because we like no one's fighting anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
So because we're not because I'm
crushing man.
because we're not physically fighting, I feel like it's a lot of just like we're not physically fighting, and men we have this very like oh I want to be the bigger man type thing, and we think that being the bigger man means like you don't have to care. So say me and Carol get into an issue, and I like Carol could really be the bigger man and be like, yo, Marcus, I didn't like when you did this, but at the same time, yo, I know I did this to you, I apologize. A guy will think, yo, I'll be the bigger person. All right, yo, it's off. I don't care. Yo, it's whatever. Yo, you're still mad about that? I wasn't even thinking. Yo, you're still talking? Yo, I don't care. So.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna feel like, hey, bro.
Like, I put myself out there.
Yeah, I literally came and told this guy, yo, like, tried to talk things out, and I'm just there like, yeah, it's off, whatever. But I'll still be very passive aggressive to him. So if him and Kyle are talking, I'll purposely like stretch my hand out to Kyle first. Yo, you're good.
Yeah, that's like.
and then I'll be like, yo, you're blessed. Like hit him after. Won't make eye contact with him. Stuff like that. Yeah.
I think that goes back again to like not wanting to be vulnerable, like not wanting to seem like you care about the issue that happened. Like if Marcus said something I didn't like or whatever, the fact that I'm like, yo, it's whatever, just kind of shows initially like maybe you did kind of care because like you're trying to play it off like whatever.
Why are you trying so hard to make it seem like
address the issue, but now if I'm like it's still kind of affecting me or hurt my feelings, and that's a phrase that guys don't want to use.
We'll say like it's like yo, bun me or
or like,
I didn't really rate it when you said
I didn't rate this or you know what I'm saying, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
But
it's really not whatever.
It's not. Especially from like a really close friend. If something happened, you want something. Some people do the opposite. Like to a stranger, they might be like, they might want to like open up a little more, but like to your closer friends, sometimes you'll be like, yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
To be honest, all I'll go on with talking like I'm a guy that's like.
He's the
worst.
He's literally it's whatever still. He's that guy.
That's why while we're talking about that a while ago, I was like,
like this guy's trying to come.
You don't want to be vulnerable, yo. I don't. Nah, but seriously, like that's something like I had to like learn to adjust. I've gotten better, but I'm like
still
like wow.
I'm sorry.
So like to my friends, like I would literally have an issue like, bro, like why you wearing that hoodie? And I'm like, be cheese, but like, and then like Marcus will ask me like, yo, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. Like, something seems wrong. I'm like, no. I'm like, no, I'm chilling. But really, like, I'm actually like the whole time. I'm like, bro, why you wearing that hoodie?
But then doesn't it eventually draw a wedge though? Like, does it cause tension
with
after a
us
while?
in particular, no. But I think that's just because of how I am. Because I like to talk things.
Yeah, you like talk it out.
So with us, it'll happen like a week later, and I'll be like, yo, were you cheese that I wore that hoodie that time? And he'll be like, yeah, I can't lie, it was kind of cheese because I told you that I didn't like it. You know, like something like that. Then we'll talk it out, and then I'll be like, yo, so why didn't you say that? And he'll be like, yo, like I'm getting better, I'm trying to like type of thing, but you know.
Yeah, if I had a friend like me, I wouldn't have a friend. I really would because it's a work in progress.
Yeah, I think for me, I think it's reaching out and actually like connecting with the male friends that I have. Like I think I'll be like very like reflex to say like I don't have any male friends, and that's not true. Like I do, I just don't make use of a lot of them as much as I should.
Like me, like for example, I know one of Kyle's big issues with me is that like I'm a very like I can be a very whatever person, but not in a way where actually like I just don't care. I'm too minimalistic, I think, is my problem. Like I feel like you should know that we're cool. You should know that we're friends. But at the same time, I won't be doing things like that a friend does. Be like, yo, like you had that problem and I talked to you about it and I helped you through it. But it'll be like, yeah, but yo, you don't text me otherwise. Like you don't ask me, you don't check on me, you don't ask how I am. Like just on
most regular
day.
conversation.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. Like if or like you won't invite me places. I'm always inviting you places. Like I know me and Kyle that was one of our issues before. And he told me like, yo, like bro, like sometimes like I feel like you just don't business about me because you just like you don't link. And I appreciated that he said it because like he said, he's not the most open guy 24/7. So when he told me that, I was like, all right, yo, like I have to do better at that. And I actually thought about it and I was like, yo, I literally don't. I really don't know. I kind of Kyrell. I guess I just why do you think you're like that? Like you don't.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I have more female friendships, so I just kind of gravitate towards them, and so I just go through like that and that priority. I don't know. Do you guys feel like? Well, I guess you guys have talked about it like with each other. Like you guys will call each other out on your stuff, but do you feel like your other male friends will call you out? On the ways that like you suck as being a friend, or do they just not even know?
No, I have another close friend. But in terms of like seriously calling me out on that, probably not. Like as a joke thing, maybe like,
when we'll laugh about
you don't say nothing, bro. Like you know, as a joke thing, but as something like I sit down, like bro, actually come over here, let me sit down and talk. Nah, I don't think I have.
Problem like we guys usually have that one friend or two friends who are like, yo, those are my brothers or that's my brother, and we'll do that with them. But all of our other just like I guess normal friends, we won't.
But that's a question though.
Yeah.
Are they your friends?
And that's the thing too. I guess maybe that's what like is that what you're like, wondering too? Like
because girls will have like a good amount of friends.
Like friends, that they can
different
types of friends. There's like tiers when it comes to females.
I've never seen two female friends personally that can't have like an actual sit down conversation. Yo, I didn't like this. Well, I didn't like this. But I know guys who say they're best friends. I know guys who know each other since they're literally kids. And I only know they have issues with each other because of what they say to me or I heard them say to someone else. They'll never say to each other. Yeah, you know. So for example, if me and Kyle are cool and I say, yo, link to, and me and Kyle here, come hang out, and he says, yo, I can't reach. I'll go to Kyle, that's a waste because and I'll start talking about him just Kyle's not here.
That's your way of getting
That's my way of venting and saying how I really feel about.
But if you talk to him, you're not gonna talk to him.
Never tell me that.
Yeah. Like Kyle said, like I'll make a joke and be like, yo, your waste for not coming that day still, and he's like, I don't know. In my head, I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? But
seriously, dude. My strength is I think I value friendship, and my strength is if you're my best friend, like you're literally my best friend. Like I'll go highs and lows for you, I think that's one of my main strengths pertaining to friendships. Like if I consider you your friend, that means like I value you and your values as well. And you can count on me as a friend for whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's
I would agree. Like I would say that like I'm committed. Like even for like my male friends that I don't talk to as often, if they need something and they ask me, like I'm down. Like I don't care. Like I'll do it. I would also like to think that like I'm a good listener for when they want to talk. I want to say that I'm a good communicator because like I'll try and not give one word answers, but sometimes I'm just too in my own head and I feel like I can't make conversation, and so sometimes I feel like I suck at that. But I mean, I'm good to listen, and I'm down to help you with whatever it is that you need.
For me, I'd say I feel like I'm a good listener as well, and I feel like I'm good at talking to. Like I'm good at I really enjoy just in general, male or female. I like having conversation, like in person. Like I like having sit down conversation. So yeah, I feel like that's one of my strengths as a friend. And I'm I feel like I'm very interested in other people. Like I don't take too much pride in talking about myself. I like asking people about them or like basically.
I actually think one thing that's helped me with two of my friends is that like my friend was getting married and he put us in his wedding party and he created like a group chat and we just never got rid of it. And it's actually been like really good for our friendship, and like we use it and we talk to each other and we'll check in with each other. And I don't think that we would do that if we didn't have that chat. And it was for something at first, and then it was just kind of like this joke thing, but it's actually been really good for us.
Back in the day, like when you're done high school, yo, you want to reach my crib? Yeah. We'll go and chill out. We have a lot more time.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas adults now, we have a lot more responsibility that's hitting us really fast. And for me, it takes a toll on me because like I think my love language is like chilling, hanging out, like, you know, linking here and there, quality time. So like the fact that we don't have that anymore is kind of like, it's crazy. But that's one of the hardest things as adults being friends, for me at least.
Yeah, I think time management and everybody just kind of having their own responsibilities in their own lives, and now your friendships are not based on, they're not necessarily grounded on the time that you spend together all the time. I think that's hard. I think like personally, like I'll think about it and I'll think about friends that like I haven't spoken to or like interacted with in like months, and I'll wonder like if we were actually still friends, just because we don't say anything.
Especially when you're cool with them, like
like, there's nothing wrong. You just haven't spoken. You'd be like, so are we actually still friends? Like, can I message them? Can I talk to them? Do they care about me?
But then that's the thing too. Like we have to realize that like friendships will go in waves. Like, they still exist. But it's like any relationship. There's like ups and downs. Or, like,
I think it kind of goes back to the vulnerability thing. Like I feel like once we're adults, we all have this kind of, especially our generation, I feel like we all have this mentality of just like no new friends mentality. You talked about it in your videos before, where we're just like, oh, like yo, I have my small circle, my tribe, my this, my that. And so we literally think like anyone trying to be nice to us, we look at them sideways, or we look at them like
we don't want to accept that.
Why are you trying? Nah, yo, because when people try to be too nice, I have
fake.
Nah, bro. It's like yo, some people are just like yo,
they're genuine.
So I think that's our biggest problem. We don't, and I feel like a lot of us miss out on a lot of friends because of that. And I feel like a lot of us stay friends with certain people just because. Well, we've been friends since we've been friends since grade 3, so why not? But it's like yo, but do you guys actually still have anything there? Like, and I'm not saying dash those friends, but it's like why not? Why can't you make a new friend just because? Well, no, but so and so's still my best. That's cool, but that guy at your work or that guy at the school you go to, whatever you do, why can't you be friends with them? I guess so. And then same thing. I think we get back to that. I think we have this thing, and it's a pride thing too, where we don't want to. I feel like we don't want to be the first to be like, hey, yo, like,
you want to be my friend?
You want to hang out?
No one wants to do that after a certain age.
We just want things to happen. We say, oh yeah, I want it to happen naturally, but it's like, as adults, things like that, in my opinion, don't really happen.
You gotta do something.
You gotta put some work in.
I think when you're a kid, it's like, Mom, can so come over? Like it's like that, you know what I mean? And your mom's like, okay, I'll call their mom, whatever. You kind of arrange it, but like now it's okay. You have to do it. You have to call them and like hang out and do that. Okay, all right. I have a question. It's not on here, but keep in my mind. Speaking of like adult friendships, because I know for females, we're at the age where people are getting married now, and for a lot of us, our friendships are changing because marriage is involved. So you guys are all in serious relationships, and how do you fear your friendships will change because of your serious relationships, and how does it even affect maybe even your relationships with other females? So like your female friends, how does that, you know what I mean? Like, how does that play a part? Do you think your friendships in general will change because of your serious relationship?
For me, no and yes. No, because I feel like I know how to balance both.
Okay.
My relationship and my friendships. I think for me it helps that I don't have a lot of extreme close friends like that. I'll like, yo, Tuesday I'm gonna go, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I think for me it helps that I can balance both. In terms of female friends, I had a lot in high school. People said I was like flirtatious, and a lot of my female friendships at some point, I guess I was flirtatious. So that did, truthfully, my relationship did affect some of my female friendships. We still talk, like, you know, have respectful boundaries or whatever, but me have to explain that, man, we were friends for a long time. It's not like that, okay?
I think, what do I think? Do I think it'll change my friendships? Maybe a little bit, just because I now have a chief priority, I guess. I mean, I've seen it happen with like my one friend. While him and his girlfriend at the time were dating, we would hang out like all the time, and then once they got married, like he would actually be like, yeah, no, the wife says I can't go anywhere. Be like,
okay, what do you guys think about that? Partner, spouse, whatever. Dictating that.
Saying that you can't
have female. That's the question. You can't have female.
We can't have female friends.
Yeah, or female, close friends.
I think that alludes to like deeper issues. Why would you say that? Like, you know, like everybody's got like friends of like both.
Okay, let's take it a step up. A female friend that you had like in high school, college, or whatever, that you guys were extremely close.
I've never had a problem with the whole can men and females be friends? Is that a thing? I think we can, but me personally, I've always been someone who's like, yo, I feel like women know other women, and I feel like men, we know other men. So, for example, there's been situations before with even Shanice, and Shanice is my sister, where I've seen a guy talk to her, and I could tell that guy kind of like Shanice. But just because I know how men we operate when we when we're around a woman that we like, you know. So I feel like females have that same intuition, I guess. And to be honest, it's happened before, where like twice at least, where my girl's been like, yeah, you know, like, I can tell so and so kind of there's something there, and I know you're not like, I know you don't have anything for her, and I know you guys are just friends or whatever the case is, but I'm not gonna lie, it kind of makes me a bit uncomfortable. It kind of feels like she'd never come with a, hey, you can't, and that's it. I feel like that's where there's an issue. But I feel like at the same time, I feel like me personally, I feel like men sometimes we so bad don't like this, like anyone to tell us what to do. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna
yeah, exactly. You know, and I feel there's weird times where us as men will be friends with a girl that we know for like, yo, we know if I wasn't in something, this could be something. And I feel like we play with fire too much. Like we kind of
it's a complex, like, you know. You kind of want to feel nice at the girl, like
no, it's true. Yeah, it's an ego thing for sure.
It's an ego thing, I think.
I think that for me, the more important female friendships that I've had, my significant other has known about them, and she's met them, and we've interacted.
Yes.
And then we've had conversations, like, because it's gone both ways. It'd be like, one, like, yeah, I'm totally fine. The other one would be like, yo, there used to be something there. How do you feel about it? I'm not comfortable with this. And you kind of take it by that case-by-case basis. So I think it should, like, you should be able to talk to each other about it. And
that's my point.
You try and be open about it and be like, this person and your relationship, it makes me uncomfortable. I'm not saying that you don't have to no longer be friends, but we got to talk about this because I really don't like this. And sometimes it means that you have to put on like more boundaries.
Even like a guy friend too.
I was
Like,
literally
what if your partner's like, yo, I don't want you partying with that or chilling with that guy. Just based on intuition, is that enough to like distance yourself from, say, your close friend?
I feel like it's enough to at least put some thought into it. If your girl tells you, hey, like, yo, I feel like that guy's a bad influence on you, and every time you guys hang out, I notice you act like this, or you do this, or whatever the case is. I feel like it's worth looking at.
Yeah, because I mean, you definitely got to respect her opinion and her as a person enough to realize that this is a person that I have chosen to be with, and this person that I respect and trust has brought it up to me that they think that this person is a problem. Let's at least consider it.
Exactly.
You'd be like, nah, they don't know what they're talking about. And they'd be like, well, then do you know like who you're really getting into a relationship with?
I think it goes to respect too. Like, you respect your partner, you know. At least consider the fact intuition.
Yeah. But I feel like with men, I feel like that's just our biggest issue because we don't like being told what to do. So we'd rather, I feel like a lot of us, we'd rather make the mistake and be like, okay, fine, it didn't work, as opposed to like just because women in our lives are often very like, yo, I feel like that's gonna end up like this. And we're like, nah, you don't know what you're doing. I feel like it's gonna no. Then it happens. And we'll be upset. And then when the woman comes back and says, "Yo, like I told you, we get a cheese." Yo, what you think? You're trying to But at the end of the day, it's just respect. Like I feel like because I know for a fact if I told my girl like, "Hey, yo, that guy I'm not comfortable with it," and she said. And she's putting us out of trouble. I'd be like, I'll be cheese.
But do you feel like your relationship with your significant other is going to affect your relationships with your
friends? Yeah, with me at least. An important thing, kind of like Kyle said, you have a group of friends. Even kind of what Kyle said too. There's certain friends that you want to introduce your significant other to. And I want to know, like, Kyle can come here when my significant other is here, and they can actually talk.
Yeah.
Like if I step out the room for a sec, I know it's not going to be like.
you want the worlds to come together.
Exactly. So I was just going to touch on that because I feel like I feel like there's a lot of guys who don't do that. To be honest, I know a lot of guys who have. There's a lot of friends who they all have someone, but they never. Like Kyle said, the worlds never collide together. It's just like, yo, I'm either with my friends or I'm with my girl.
We were able to like maintain a relationship. I understand that, of course, like their focus is different now. Actually, with one of them, it was probably it took a little bit to get to that point because they were going through challenging time, and so he had to pour more time into the relationship with her, and so he wasn't able to do more social things, and it took a little bit to come around to the fact to be like, bro, like you're not his priority, so relax, let him deal with what he needs to deal with. I think I've been in a lot of positive situations where the relationships haven't like completely died.
Do you guys think that our generation puts a bit too much on marriage? Is definitely an important thing, and it's something you should definitely take serious. But do you think our generation put a bit too much
on marriage?
I guess.
I think we put too much on the actual life event of like
the wedding you're talking about.
Not even only
or just the idea of
just the idea of like married.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I see a lot of couples that in our age group that get married and they just turn old. That's exactly why I said this to Denise like yesterday. I'm like, yo, people just turn old on you, and then you'll link that friend. And I understand it's you have a different priority. I get it's not as simple as let's just go here and come back anytime of the night. But at the same time, it's like we're still the age that we are. I understand you have a different responsibility, and I'm not gonna, as a friend, I'm not gonna be like, yo, so what, your wife is before me? Like, of course, but at the same time, I'm just like, yo, like, I see so much guys who like forget that they have friends.
I think it's a misunderstanding of marriage, and I think it's this idea that being married is going to make your life wonderful. So like again, it's like these separate worlds that you don't ever let come together. Like there's not a holistic idea of it. Like bro, like you don't marry someone and then the rest of your life just disappears.
It's just You're like, and that's literally how I feel. And I understand the whole like, okay, we're newlyweds, married for a few months. Obviously, you're gonna want to only be with that person. But I've literally seen guys who have gotten married like maybe like 5-6 years ago, and I'm like, yo, what happened to all
And
your
then just
friends?
disappeared.
And it's unhealthy as a person.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know what
it's
I'm saying?
unhealthy.
You guys are married. It's a union. But you have to understand, like, you're your own person.
You're still your own
Exactly.
person.
You still have-
and,
exactly.
and that affects your marriage. Like,
And-
if you don't have your own, self-identity,
Exactly, that's my point.
you're gonna, like, it's gonna be crazy for your marriage, I think. Like, I was never married. But I'm just saying, like, even as courting, like, when I was courting my fiance now, it's like, I had to realize that I have my own identity, and at one point, like, I wasn't, like, linking my, like, Marcus at all. I was just focusing on you, like, we're in a relationship, which is good. But once I, like, kind of, like, stepped back and then, like, got back my identity and just, take 2 days out of the week or something to just chill with your virgin, call your virgin, talk, and, like, it helped my relationship. Like,
it's better,
It's better.
I think we have this. Well, not we have. We have this idea that like your significant other is going to complete you. We'd be like, no, they're a compliment to you. You're still your own person.
Exactly.
You need your friends. Like you can't just get rid of them.
Yeah.
Like you're building a new life with this other person, but you had a life before that. You don't have to get rid of it.
And the way I see it is, especially because in most cases you know your friends before your significant other. The reason your friends are a big part of the reason why your significant other likes you in the first place, or even got with you in the first place. Your friends play a big part into your personality. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like my girlfriend now, she always tells me she always says I love watching you and Kyle, or I love watching you and your friends laugh together. She'll say that all the time, and I never thought about it until I actually asked her to go more in depth with it, and she's like, yo, like just knowing that you guys make each other smile like that, and it just makes me feel
genuine.
Yeah, it's just a genuine thing. You just
because you're with like a jovial person,
exactly.
like, you know what I'm saying.
And so and vice versa with her. I've seen her with her friends, and I'll just watch her, and I'm like, yo, like, I like it. It makes me comfortable knowing like, yo, she has friends, she has other people, and she doesn't just rely on solely
you'll be okay if I'm not around.
What I'm trying to say? Yeah. But I'm not trying to get too deep into this. But I feel like a lot of our parents, because a lot of our parents are either we come from broken homes, or if our parents are still together, a lot of them aren't necessarily happy right now per se. So we have this idea of like, yo, I'm gonna get married and I'm gonna do it right. So, but we think doing it right is just overkill, and we do this whole like, nah, like I'm never leaving my wife's side, and I don't even care about my friends. My wife is my only priority. Yeah, and it's like, yo, being married, that's not a personality, fam. You know, like not move like that's like, yo, what's your name? Oh, I'm married. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to say, like yo, what's your name? That's the way y'all move. Like everything's just it's like, yo, you gotta, like you guys said, you have to have your own identity.
My dad, like, he's like me when it comes, like, you have my dad and you have his friends. Like, he has a lot of friends, and that's one thing, like, throughout my life that I know, like, I'm cognizant of him or whatever. He's always had like a clique of people. Like, he's like the life of the circle, I guess. So I always try to emulate that. If it's one thing I took away from my dad, is like, yo, like, friendship is important. I think that's where I got it from, essentially. So
my parents had friends. I know that. I didn't witness a lot of their relationships, their friendships. More so, my mom, more so, yes. A lot of like her close friends were like really important in my life growing up. My dad, I know my dad had friends, but I didn't see a lot of his friendships. I think one really cool thing was when my dad turned 50, we had a party for him, and it was all his friends. And it was just really cool to see all of the people that he knew and interacted with and had friendships with. That was nice to see. I didn't see a lot of that growing up.
Do you feel like that had an effect? Because maybe you always saw like female friendships
probably
happening.
My mom in particular, I always remember her when I was a kid saying like, she made the idea of best friends or friends period seem very childish. Like now she'll admit it, but before when I was a kid, I used to be like, "Oh mom, is Auntie so and so your best friend?" Because I'm calling these women auntie. They're not like my mom. You know what I mean? So I'll be like, "Is Auntie so and so your best friend?" Marcus, what do you mean best friend? I call her auntie. I'm going to her house all the time, and I'm like, so Auntie so and so is not your best friend? Well, yeah, we're very close. We're very good friends. And I'm like, yeah, so not your best friend? And she'll be like, Marcus, like, well, best friends, that's kind of like adults don't really do best friends. So I remember, I don't know if you remember this, when we were like 13, maybe 12, we're walking home, and this guy actually said to me, like, yo, am I your best friend? Yo, I don't really do best friends, you know? and the reason I so hurt because a Jamaican man come in, and then, like, you know, like, we're
cool. That's crazy.
And but the thing, this guy's at my house every single day.
He's like, what do I gotta do?
Every single day. We literally everything to each other, everything for each other. And this guy asked me, yo, am I your best friend? But because of what my mom says, so I'm like, yo, best friend. She said that's childish. Like, yeah, yo, we're cool. And that's what I told him. I'm like, yeah, we're cool. Now as adults, I'll be like, yeah, of course you're my best friend. I'll say
the reverse.
yeah, but it's good. My dad's very he's kind of like Kyle's dad in the sense he has a lot of friends and he likes to be the life of the party and stuff like that. So I saw the two things and I was like, yo, which one, like which one of those do I follow? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, okay, both my parents have friends. My mom just doesn't admit that they're her friends. And my dad has friends, but my dad has had so much friends. But I've seen a lot of different people in my dad's life, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? But then my mom has had more consistent friends, I guess you could say. Now she'll say, because I feel like she has a different outlook on life. But before, when I was a kid, I used to say, yeah, who's your best friend? I don't really do that. So, yeah.
Be genuine, open up. It's helped me, like, to better my friendship. Open up, talk about your issues. So that's what I would say is the main key for me is just to be genuine.
If they are your friends, don't be afraid to reach out to them. I would encourage men to be vulnerable in your relationships. If like, you're thinking of your friends, like your male friends, and you'd be like, hey, like I thought of you and I just wanted to say, hey, do it. You know, put that effort and be vulnerable. It'll pay off.
Don't have this no new friends mentality where you think I can only hang out with these people because I've known them since high school or whatever. You know, so if there's that one person at your job or if you're in college, post-secondary, whatever it may be, and you see, yo, we click, invite them out, go talk, and who knows, they could become friends with your friends too. It could literally happen. And don't be passive-aggressive with each other. For birthdays, we love this whole, guys and girls, we all do this, oh, yo, that's my brother on Instagram, yo, happy birthday to my brother, my this, my that, happy birthday to my sister, yeah, and we give these long paragraphs, but it's like, we'll never say that in person. So let's tell each other that stuff in person. Don't be passive aggressive. And if we're mad at each other, that doesn't mean we can't be friends. We can disagree. Your friends don't always have to agree with you and be on the same page all the time. To be honest, if you have friends that always agree with you, I'd say, yeah, there's something wrong. Like maybe you should rethink your friend group. But if you can have a friend that you know, I can tell this person this, and they'll tell me right from wrong, or they'll just even have a different opinion. That's a healthy thing with it. But yeah.
That was so good.